Another feature of pivot tables that's really beneficial is the ability to add totals. This includes subtotals for categories and grand totals for rows and columns. We'll look at the pivot table on the Totals and Subtotals tab. In this table, we segmented the data by state and city for the row levels and by number of bedrooms for the columns. Now, by default, Excel is going to automatically add subtotals to the top of the section. So if you want to include them, there's really nothing to do. If you want to display them somewhere else or somehow they've disappeared, however, let's look how to add them back to our table. Let's look here. Let's expand a few sections, maybe Georgia and North Carolina. And you see here how we have the subtotals at the top of the section. In Georgia, we've got 2, 1, 1, 1. North Carolina, we have all the totals there. Now you can show subtotals at the top of the group or the bottom. I kind of prefer the top because then they just appear on the same line as the state. But some people like the bottom. And to do that, you go to your Pivot Table tab, click on the Subtotals arrow, and then we can show them at the bottom. And now you see there's no subtotal here. Now if I scroll all the way down, there is a subtotal at the bottom. Now it's important to note that even if subtotals were turned all the way off, when a field is all the way collapsed, it will still show a total there. The subtotals just has to do with if it displays a total when the rest of your detail is showing or not. So if we want to turn subtotals off completely, all we have to do is go over to the settings, and on that particular field, we're just going to turn the subtotals off. Right now it's just custom as automatic. And now we don't have any at the top, and we don't have any at the bottom. Now another option that can be taken for granted are grand totals for rows and columns. I'll go ahead and shrink up my list, and we don't have any grand totals here. If you want to turn them off for rows or columns, simply click on the totals item, and you can see we can show grand totals for columns, and it has the grand total there, or show grand totals for rows. And it's as easy as that to turn them on and off. Now remember, if your pivot table does not show subtotals or grand totals, it's easy enough to just go back up to the subtotals or totals command and turn them back on.